Happy morning, one and all gather here in this technically inclined virtual session. I extend a warm welcome to the 6th day of eSIP for the budding engineers of Saranathan College of Engineering. Today we are going to have an exceptional session on the title Placement and Technology. This is a session which is going to be delivered by the right person. He is none other than Dr.S.M.Girirajkumar, Professor and Head, Dept. of Instrumentation and Control Engineering of our institution. Apart from heading the Department of ICE, he is also the Head of the Department of Training and Placement of our institution. Before he commences his session, I take the privilege of introducing him. Professor S.M. Girirajkumar is having 21 years of rich experience in engineering education with 3 years of industrial experience. He has completed his PhD in the field of control systems from Shastra deemed to be university. Under his able guidance, 6 PhD research scholars successfully completed their doctoral degrees. He has published 59 research papers in international journals and 4 papers in national journals. Also, he has presented 39 research papers in national and international conferences. He has authored a book on the title of Idea for Automating Industrial Plant Operation, which was published by Lambert Academic International Publishers, Germany. It gives us pleasure to have you as a resource person for this session. The session is over to you, sir.
Good morning, dear students. Today is the last day of your induction program, and I deem it as a pleasure because the last day is a one wherein we need to summarize our learnings and choose the concrete pathway in which you need to proceed. In that particular perspective, I'm glad to talk about the placement which is depending upon the technology which is around us. The fundamental objective of you people to do engineering is to get a good placement. Maybe some of you may be interested in higher studies. Some of you may say, sir, I would like to be an entrepreneur. I can try to be the owner of some concern. Very good. But what I mean to say by a placement is, this placement is one platform which will help you to make the implementation of your dream into a reality. If you want to explore the credentials of an automobile industry, you cannot establish an industry and then get your experience, but you can work for an organization, and that is where you will gain an experience. So, my dear friends, what we would like to tell forward to you is placement is one wherein you could try to gain a real-time experience of the beauty in engineering and technology. So, this is an outcome. This is a dream. This is what your parents would like you to take it forward. This is what the principal in his inaugural address said. You should be 100% successful. Your success is the one which helps the success for your parents, the institution, the teachers, and of course the society. I wholeheartedly bless all of you to have a fantastic career in the years to come. But do remember, end is something wherein it depends upon how you are going to shape your pathway. Depending upon your pathway is what you will know about the success and the final destination. So placement is not about the preparation which you are going to make just 2 days before the interview or 1 week before the interview is concerned. It is a process. You should enjoy the process, therefore, you can try to be more successful. Sachin Tendulkar or Lionel Messi have not been overnight stars. They have put forward the practice, and it is that practice which has shaped them to evolve and be successful. Okay, my dear friends, to start about placement, I would like you to expose you to the technology around. What are all the technology which is available? And once you know about the technology, you will know on how you can try to swim across this ocean. Therefore, you will understand the statement that the world is full of opportunities. If you ask a pessimist, he'll be fearful and say, okay, I don't know, I have to get recommendation, I have to depend upon X, I have to depend upon Y, maybe I'll have to go in for some astrological predictions, therefore I will be going in for success. No, that is not the trend. The world is full of opportunities. Just remember one slogan, my dear friends. The slogan is, who prevented you from being a better professional? Nobody prevents you, right? Sky is your limit. You are your own comparative aspect. And it is you who can decide what you want to be. Everything upon you person, it is determined by your way of developing things. I would like to start with a very famous quotation, my dear friends. You should be proud to be an engineer in the next 4 years, because a scientist is somebody who creates that which was existing. But an engineer is the one who creates that which never was. There is a slogan for engineers. They say engineers create the world. Cell phone never existed before. Engineers created it. The laptop never existed before. Engineers created it. There are so many, many, many things, my dear friends. So, to make your dreams to reality, industry is a platform. Even you may be a multi-billionaire, no problem. But you should gain the appropriate experience to run what is it going to be called as your own industry if you are blessed with. Okay, friends. Next slide, please. I would like to tell about what are the current trends in industry. We are into the Industrial Revolution 4.0. Actually, the world had very many revolutions. Among that, now we are into a revolution which is changing the way in which many things have been existing. Today, it is all about a combination of multiple domains, and henceforth, it is a multidisciplinary based approach in which we are going to have our jobs. All right. So, yes, you have to depend upon each other. A mechanical engineer will depend upon a computer science engineer. A computer science engineer needs the support of a communication engineer, electrical engineer, instrumentation engineer, civil engineers. Only then he can apply his work. So everything is getting interrelated. That's point number one, which we need to understand. Number two, today the Internet of Things is going to make a huge revolution, my dear friends. Many things are getting connected with a domain wherein we can try to operate. A classical example of this is the banking sector. In the banking sector, we do sit in a remote location. We can operate with payments. We can operate with transfers. We can operate with receiving payments. We can try to schedule the payments. We can even go in for machinery wherein the checks can be deposited and the amount could be realized within a few hours. Such is a technological advancement. And with this advent of technology, we would be having a world wherein automation will be in the peak in combination with a factor called as artificial intelligence. See, I'm not here to explain about all these things, but I'm just trying to give these jargons, the words which are now very much available in the industries. These are called as jargons, right? So these words are the buzzwords. So intelligence is being incorporated into the machineries. Same, machines nowadays possess the ability to learn, and for decision making, they have an expert system domain. So what happens is the combination of all these things are making the world more intelligent. When the world which is going to be more intelligent with the technology which is available, efficiency is going to be improved. All right. And lastly, I'm just telling upon, it is not only about the world getting improved in the technology, but also in terms of implementing this technology through what is called as a supply chain, logistics. All right. So we can predict on how and when things can be reaching in terms of an end product. Simple example is, my dear friends, if you order a product on Amazon or Flipkart or Snapdeal, You will know after your order within how many days you will be getting the product. You can track. So that is called as supply chain, which plays a crucial role in economical aspects. Okay, friends, next slide. Well, as an engineer, who is that you will be? You will be an analyst. You will be a designer. You will be an innovator. You will be an integrator, a coordinator who can combine many things and try to go into the end product. And ultimately, you should never forget whatever we do in terms of technology, right? See, you all will be successful, and one day your technological participation should always make the world a better place to live. It is not that our knowledge, it is not that our value system should be used for bringing down the quality of life in this world. We should always try to make the world a better place of living. That should be always into your subconscious mind. This will help you to think better. I just said I want you to think better. Sir, your lecture is about placements, but you're talking about technology. Why? I would like to just give a reminder. Conceptually, you should believe in understanding the nature of requirement. And once you understand it, you will be getting into a better delivery. Right. So that is what I'm trying to do to you. Right. So now you should have a thinking capability wherein you should visualize. You should visualize the engineering around you. There is so much of engineering around you. So much of engineering. I'm just quoting a few examples which you would be having in your day-to-day life. So once you think like an engineer, you will slowly getting certain evolutions. You will be having some triggers. You will be having some ideas, and it is these ideas which will be sown in a very good soil, and that will germinate, and ultimately it will have an end effect. So my aim is you should perceive and you should always try to be an engineer in terms of your thinking. A washing machine in your home, it is a wonderful device. Just imagine you drop in something, you put on some switches, and after 1 hour or sometimes more than that or less than that, you get a dried cloth in these rainy conditions. Just imagine it is able to do some work. Today, the air conditioner are no more a luxury, and it is coming into a situation wherein they operate with inverter model. And that is a technology wherein energy efficiency is being made better. Your television, today it is smart. When we were young, there would be a huge antenna, etc. But now the television is not only used for visualizing what the channels are going to give you, instead, you can select what you want to view. You can have time in the past, you can have recorded versions, you can have live versions, you can skip something which you don't want, all right? And the same television can be used for audio. It can be used as a system wherein it delivers good music with a good home theater. It can be used as a monitor to your computer. The processor can be a computer. It can have a big screen wherein you can have a keyboard which is remote. The mobile which you people use. Many elders tell mobile is something which is creating a nuisance to the children. But what I would like to put forward is, yes, it is, depending upon how you're going to use it. If you use it only for the purpose of lust, if you use it only for the purpose of chatting, if you use it only for the purpose of looking into Facebook, WhatsApp, I will also say the same thing. But beyond that, just imagine how this mobile is helping to bring things together. You can use very many apps. Say, for example, many of you would not have been using it. You can correlate your expenses. You can have a graphical representation and look into how things are. When you're free, when you're traveling, when you're a little bit idle, you can listen to some beautiful lectures in short-term versions. There is one person, Mahithri Rai, who delivers small lectures in a beautiful manner. In Tamil, you can listen to Mr. Sugi Sivam. Some motivational speech has been there. I think Dr. Karthikeyan is a fantastic motivator. He has a YouTube channel. He is a person who has written some books. You can just listen to it. Right. You can just try to go through the latest news. That is a possible in terms of a mobile. Right. You can establish a policy. I use the mobile only for effective communication. And if you're going to restrict your call, unless and otherwise it is very important, to 3 minutes, you can just make the mobile much more a better thing to be used. Just look into the technology of automation around the car. The car is getting automated. If you just bang, you have a balloon structure which will protect the life. You have a collapsible steering. You have a system wherein when you drive in a car, automatically the door gets locked, otherwise the vehicle doesn't proceed. Energy efficiency is increased. In Maruti, they have a system which is called as smart hybrid vehicle, right? So they are using energy efficiency techniques. There are so much of online services under these challenging situations which are making things better. So perceive the concept of engineering, appreciate the beauty. See, today, due to the COVID-19 situation, you and I are forced but to not physically interact each other, but our purpose is getting solved. We are able to communicate with you all in a forum wherein you can listen at leisure, you can listen in a relaxed manner, but ultimately the purpose is getting solved. Right? There are so much of online services, Swiggy, Zomato for food industries, Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal for getting whatever products you want. Apart from that, you can just go in for other services on online like consultancies. All right. So this is how engineering is making life better. If you could just try to summarize, I'll come back to the point. In all these cases, whatever which has been imagined a few decades back has come into real time. Similarly, you can also be one among the person who could be a creator, who can patent, for example, the safety pin which we use, the wipers in the cars, the colored stems, they can all be patented. Your idea, if it is getting registered, and if that particular idea is capable of getting into a product, that idea can earn you money. Whoever is going to use that idea will have to pay a royalty to you. That is the power of engineering, my dear friends. You can just feel how your thinking needs to get converged. That is a mantra. Okay, sir. Now we spoke something about the regular aspects of engineering around us. What are the advanced technologies in which engineering is indispensable? The power generations, where a nuclear power plant is getting used. We have multiple, more than 450 nuclear plants across the globe. Very complex technology, very complex processes are there, wherein safety is of utmost importance. Without engineering, it is impossible. The oil and gas industries, which are capable of digging something from the ground, even if it is going to be in the sea, they are being filtered. They are being using all the products. See, oil is not only yielding petrol, diesel, kerosene, crude oil, etc. It is not only for automobiles or LPG gas. It is a product from the ONGC. It is a product from something which is inside the ground, which is a resource, and that resource is being converted into a usable product. Just imagine the gold processing. Gold, if you are going to have 1,000 tons of gold ore, ultimately you will be getting less than 500 grams of pure gold. So how to convert it? That's a beauty. The way in which aircraft is and the airport is, and the automation surrounding it, how we are able to book our tickets, how we are able to minimize the distance, how we are able to overcome the time lapse. The beauty in aircraft, you should understand as an engineer, that is one of the areas wherein the mass changes with respect to time. Usually in all our derivations, mass will be a constant, but in an aircraft, the fuel is getting depleted and that is going to be having a substantial mass, so dynamically it will be changing. Engineering is used in the banking sector for security purposes. It is impossible to have banking sectors giving so much of services without security. And ultimately, with sky as a limit, the space missions, with ISRO, NASA, Chandrayaan, people are able to explore what is in the Mars. All right. So all these things are advanced engineering, wherein you can have multiple positions for contributions to make things better. Do you think ISRO is going to be run only by one engineer? No. Hundreds and thousands of engineers are there who would be working together directly. Indirectly, a few lakh of people are working to support for that. Ultimately, you will get into a reality. That is how you need to look into, my dear friends. Right? Google such type of details. Try to listen. Try to go to the WhatsApp. I'm sorry, to your YouTube. You can have how a satellite is getting launched. See, Elon Musk, who is a person into the Tesla creation and foundation is concerned, they also have a satellite launching pad in collaboration with NASA. So you can understand how all these technologies are getting evolved, which is a positive utility of your mobile phone, right? Okay, my dear friends, next. Now I'm slowly getting into the convergence of how to get yourself equipped to get placed in such places. The very important skill that you need to acquire is communication. Whenever I say communication, some of you may have a feeling, sir, I'm not good in talking in English. Not necessary. Communication is not only talking, but it is also about reading. It is also predominantly used to understand, and you should make others to understand what is that you feel in your mind. That is the art of communication. And this is about how you are able to deliver. Even now it is not too late. Even now it is not too late. Anything is possible provided we practice. Try to talk in English. Your English teachers would tell so many ideas about it. That's a very important thing. Ultimate goal of communication is you should understand what the other person is trying to communicate to you. At the same time, you should make others understand on what you feel. All right, that's communication. Number two, we should be conceptually strong in one domain. There are multiple aspects of engineering. In one area, you should be strong. What I would like to say here is, say for example, people who are into music, if you know on how to play a guitar very well, you can understand how drums is being played. You can understand the way in which the vocals are getting changed. You can understand Veena. It will go on for correlation. Anything is dependent. All right. Next. Today we are living in an era wherein many things are available. So much of things are available, open and free. But you should have the fundamentally strong basics so that you will get what you want. Right. And last but not the least, my dear friends, whether you like computers or whether you don't like computers, programming skills are very important irrespective of your discipline. Discipline here I mean the branch of study. Sir, எனக்கு கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் பிடிக்காதுங்கிற ஒரு காரணத்துக்காக தான் ஐ ஹவ் ஆப்டட் ஃபார் சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங். இங்கேயும் வந்து கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸா? ப்ளீஸ் டூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட், டாக்டர்ஸ் யூஸ் கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸ். The person who's sitting in a departmental stores, they are using computers, right? The lab technical assistants, they are using computers. Scanning centers are using computers. For ticket booking in a travel agency, they use computers. Medical shop, they use computers. Computers are not our enemy. They are things which make things better. They are applications. One part is using it, other is creating domains. So the programming skill is nothing but how you can make a machine to understand your command. That's all. See, you like to do some work upon a machine. How does a machine understand? How does the processor understand you? That is a language in which you like to speak with that particular, what is it called as a product. That's all. If I'm talking in English and I'm able to make you understand, that is one way in which I'm making to communicate to you people. Similarly, programming skills is how you are able to communicate to the non-living things so that they will do what you want to do. That's all. See, when humans are able to train a dog, when they're able to train a wild elephant which has been captured in the wild and try to make them to do what they want to do, why not you make the art of having some machines to do what you want? That's what I mean by programming skill, and it is not at all difficult. எதுவுமே இந்த உலகத்துல கஷ்டம் கிடையாது. Provided you should have the willpower. That's all. 90% what we do is before starting itself we give up. You should never give up. Koncham dooram, a little bit of extra stretching can bring your targets within reach. That's the beauty, my dear friends. In that way, you need to get into this domain. Koncham dooram ulla poningana, it's not a tough thing. உங்களுக்கே தெரிஞ்சிடும். Okay. Some of the challenges, apart from what is the technological area which I've mentioned, is post-COVID, the world is going to have, or we are already starting to have, new type of technological adoptions. Services are being made different. All right. The insurance agency is getting into different mode of operations. Okay, they are getting into cleanliness as a priority. They are getting into more of automation. Investment is more into making things which could be happening automatically. Sir, automatically நடந்துச்சுன்னா அப்ப மனுஷனுக்கு எங்க சார் வேலை இருக்கும்? Remember when typewriters were getting replaced, when the computers were going to be there, the people in the banking sector said, நாங்க எல்லாரும் இந்த ஜாப் எல்லாம் தொலைச்சிருவோம். It will be very difficult for us. Banks ஒன்னு யாரும் இழுத்து மூடிடலே. The services will increase. Definitely there will be more options. For all these things, it is engineers who have to create all these options. The next challenge, which I want you to think, is water resources is becoming more and more scarce. How we can make use of technology to make this problem overcoming. Energy. We are running short of the resources which are available for energy. We should try to go into alternative energy, renewable energy. You will be knowing about solar energy, but the efficiency is less. We need to improve the efficiency. The defense of a country, preventing war, especially bio-war. See, all these things is going to be making engineering better. These are some of the challenges. As I told you, opportunities are abundant. Security. Security is not for your home, not for your office, not for your factory. Security is for the country. Security is in the banking sector. Security is also going to be in the data which is going to be stored in multiple domains. How to make this security much more better? These are some of the challenges, my dear friends. Why I am trying to say all these things is, at any point of time in your life, you should never feel there is only a limited scope of job requirements in engineering. It is unlimited. Unlimited. That is what you should fundamentally and strongly believe. Right. Something about the placement domains. IT sector, what is IT? Information technology sector is providing almost 30% of jobs. Sir, what is that? Can you tell a few names of the IT industries, especially Indian IT industries? Indian IT industries, you can have Infosys, and Infosys is a day one hiring company for our institution. In this entire region, Trichy, even to Tanjavur, Karur, they have only relationship and a partnership with us, right? So we have them as a respectable recruiting company, and we give the cream of our layer to Infosys. Then core sector. What is core sector? Sir, in IT sector, is it only that computer science and IT students alone will be eligible? Absolutely not. All branch of engineering students are eligible for jobs in software companies. It is all about how you are able to meet the requirements. Why, sir? Because IT sector is not giving its services only to software. Software is what? They will try to cater to the needs of other sectors. See, the Indian Railways will tell a problem that they will give it to Infosys, TCS, and they have to solve the problem. So I said about the namings now, it is Infosys, Tata Consultancy Services, Cognizant Technology and Services, Zoho Corporation, HCL. All these 5 companies are branded recruiters of our institution, right? So all these companies come for recruiting to our institution. Apart from that, you have Microsoft, okay, Intel. These are all very big international names, right? And one more point, my dear friends, whenever it comes to placement, you should not understand wrongly that the names which you have heard alone are the companies which give jobs. Never. There are so many companies which offer fantastic jobs which are much more better than the ones you have heard about it. For example, have you ever heard about a company called as Centron Labs? I bet none of you have heard about it. That company provides salary more than whatever the companies I have mentioned, and they have a center of excellence in our institution. Almost that company is having 30% of the workforce from our institution. It's a fantastic company. It's doing great. Then the core companies, sir, can you name a few? Yes, I will. See, in core companies, car manufacturing sectors like your Maruti or Hyundai, Ford, then petrochemical production industries like your Chennai Petro Refineries Limited, Reliance Petrochemical Industries, cement manufacturing industries like your India Cements, right? Gwalior Cements, pharmaceutical industries. These are the core sectors. Then, to establish such industries, you can have design, consultancy, not only to establish, to make things better. All the products which are manufactured, it can be marketed and sold out. You may think, sir, marketing potadki MBA graduates are engineers edukku. See, engineers always be a better source of governing the entire marketing based upon how the salesperson should. It is not about you going door to door. No, you will manage the entire supply chain. Higher studies, it's around 10%. And a fantastic part, which I would love to have my brother or sister or my children to be working into, would be analytics and research. A high-paying profile. There, you have 5% jobs. And in financial sectors also, there are 3% jobs. This is just the major headings. Within these major headings, you have a lots and lots of things which could be implemented. It has subdivisions, my dear friends. Right. So this presentation is only to help you understand the tip of the iceberg. What are all the many things which you can gain? I want you to feel confident. I want you to be bubbling with energy. Hey, என்னால் முடியும், உலகத்தை தலைகீழ என்னால் புரட்ட முடியும். எனக்கு தேவையானது என்ன? அறிவு. இந்த அறிவுங்கிற ஒண்ணு யாராலையும் எனக்கு கிடைக்க போறதை தடுக்க முடியாது. இந்த அறிவுங்கிற ஒண்ணை வச்சுக்கிட்டு you can never have that particular knowledge which could be stolen. It cannot be pledged. அதை அறமானமும் வைக்க முடியாது, அந்த பங்கும் போட முடியாது. அதை வளர்ச்சி மட்டும்தான் நம்ம பண்ண முடியும். This knowledge can always be making you a better way to implement the challenges, the opportunities around you. Explore the opportunities. Okay, sir. எங்களுக்கு நம்ம காலேஜ்ல என்ன பண்றீங்க? What are you doing? What we have been doing, and now we are also trying to make many things better. Quickly to glance with, in the first year, we expose you to all such opportunities, all such positivities around you in terms of guest lectures from experts and our own alumni. Sir, alumni யாரு? இங்கே படிச்சுட்டு இன்னைக்கு பெரிய லெவலில் இருக்கக்கூடிய இன்ஜினியர்ஸ். சார், நம்ம அலுவலில் யாராவது ரொம்ப பெரிய ஆளாக இருக்காங்க. எங்கே சார் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறாங்க? Any idea about it? One of the proud alumni is a person who is working for Rolls-Royce. So what is Rolls-Royce? You might have heard Rolls-Royce is a car which is having a starting price of 6 or 7 crores in India. Right, but Rolls-Royce is also into aeronautics. He is working in that particular place. Right, he is from our institution. Such people will share you their ideas. So many of our alumni are working across the globe. They are working in very good products. They are working in very good projects. They have created some products also. So they will share some of their knowledge. You'll have a one-day workshop to expose you to some skills, upgrading your skills, which could be directly of motivation. It could be upon communication skills. It could be upon how you can just technological exposures, etc. And then the departments will also give its orientation in terms of how you should build the knowledge, which is the basis. This is the peripheral things which will happen in the first year. Second years, we dedicate 2 periods a week for internal training on verbal and aptitude. So what is verbal? What is aptitude? See, any company, when they come before a recruitment, they will not recruit only based upon your marks. They will try to know about your reasoning ability, a logical thinking, all right, your ability to implement on methodologies which could reduce time, and that will be your aptitude, and your communication aspects, verbal. For this, it is a test which is mandatory in many companies that you would be getting a training. And then we do have many sessions by expert, which is coming under a new category called as SDP. SDP means Student Development Programs, which will be done by experts. Last year, we had experts from Bharathasan Institute of Management, them and other professors who will help you to build upon what is that you mean by teamwork, how to do a group discussion, etc. In the third years, that is when you will have to be in the peak of your learning. You will be having 4 periods a week, which means in our terminology, a week is meant as 5 days, one cycle. That is what we mean. In that particular week, you will be having 4 periods, right? Which is 10%, you will be given internal training on verbal aptitude and also on programming skills by our own internal faculty members. So here you can interact. Here you can try to go on beyond your syllabus learning, which is what is given at Saranathan College of Engineering with our dedicated teachers. Next. The same third year, before you join your final year, you will have a course like that is, it will be a 10-day program. It will be a 1-week program on the latest ways by professionals from external institutions who will come and train you. You will be taking an AMCAT test. So what is an AMCAT? I've never heard about it. It is an industrial benchmark test. If you have a good AMCAT score, that score will be visualized by more than 4,000 companies, which will get you connected. They will mail you. Come on, why don't we fix an appointment? That is where the industries will come behind you. The industries also have a problem in identifying the right people. That we facilitate to you. right? So by the end of your 6th semester and when you step into the 7th semester, you should be in a position to be having the full-fledged skills for implementing on how you have to play the game of placements and how you have to win a placement strategy. Okay, so you will get into mock interviews, you will have company specific trainings, you will have options for abundant of practices. We will help you to go or pursue internships. என்ன சார் இது புது வார்த்தையா இருக்கு? Internships அப்படின்னு என்ன சார்? Rather than reading anything, you would be given an opportunity to work on projects which is from industry. Even many of our students currently are earning. They are earning while they are learning itself through stipends. How much, sir? 10,000, 5,000, etc. Through what is going to be called as their skills is needed by somebody else in a different place. They do it as a service by which the student gains real-time knowledge, the company gets benefited rather than having a full-time employee. So it is a win-win algorithm which is going to make you better, right? And in your 8th semester, yes, we support you for internships in a full-fledged manner also. All right. This is what we do here in a nutshell. In a nutshell, which means Saranathan College of Engineering feels responsible to equip you with the right skills so that you will have the self-sufficient potential to swim across the ocean and to create your own jobs. எந்த இடத்துலயும் நான் தப்பா உனக்கு நான் இந்த வேலையை வாங்கி கொடுத்துருவேன். Our aim is not to get you the jobs, but on teach you how to get jobs. இதை நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். We create opportunities, and more importantly, we are focusing on how you can know the art of fishing rather than getting the fishes to you. Once it is there, you can create it. That is what we feel is a real education. We do lots of this, right? You will know it's all student driven. Now students are into all this forum, and when you come to final years, probably you will be interacting with myself and my team so that we can even make our placements much more better. That is what we need to say. Okay, sir. Some of my end slides. I just have only 2 more slides, and the next 5 to 10 minutes I'll finish my lecture. How is that a company will select a candidate? You will first have a test. Majority it will be an online test. Upon aptitude, verbal, reasoning, quantitative analysis, etc., which would be testing your skills. And then, depending upon the nature of the company, many companies now want to test your programming skills, and that is called as coding. How will you write a code? There are lots. They will give you options. Sir, ella language kathukanuma. Not necessary. In some language, you should be an expert. That coding will have a test. Then you will have a group discussion wherein they will analyze on how good you are in terms of expressing your thoughts, listening to others, how you can be a team player. Then you will have a technical interview. The technical interview is based upon what you tell the company that you are capable of. They will test you on how you are good in terms of their expectations, right? And then it will be a personal interview. Personal interview is something where they will like to know about your character, your attitude, how you can be a better player. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம கிட்ட வேலைக்கு வந்து சேர்ந்துட்டு ஓடி போயிடுவாங்களா, இல்ல நம்ம கூட ரொம்ப நாள் டிராவல் பண்ணுவாங்களா? What is the nature of his family background? How good he is in terms of his social life is concerned, etc. After that, before joining the job, you are even given an offer of internship with stipend to work in the same company before you get your degree, so that you are going to get trained. And once you go out to the company after your training, you are directly able to handle their work since you have completed the training in terms of their expectations. This is a trend which is being followed in making somebody employable. All right, friends, I will even share this PPT as a resource. This is not a secret. It is only some words which I try to put into a screen so that we will have our talk referred to someplace. That's all. Right. From this word, with associative memory, you can just try to link on what I have been telling to you. Next. To this, we do offer on-campus placement drives. So how many companies come to our college? A minimum of 30 to 40 companies on campus. We have off-campus means wherein the companies will be in different places and they will invite you, and we have pooled drives wherein we collaborate with other institutions, other universities, other industries, wherein for more than one institution they will have a selection process. There are recruitments based upon projects. You will be participating in competitions, they will observe. Upon those competitions, you will have opportunities. Some of the highlighting things wherein your seniors have done exceedingly well is in the area of e-Baga. It is not pronounced as Baja, it is Baga, wherein Tech Mahindra automobile industries have recruited our students. Next is National Solar Vehicle Challenge. Our students have been consistently winning in this domain, which is organized in Gujarat. A crown in the, what's it called, as a jewel in the crown of our success. Smart India Hackathon. It is about problems which the governments put forward, and our students, for the last 2 years, they have won almost the national level projects with a cash prize of 1 lakh. Then eYantra is about a robotics competition which is conducted by IIT Bombay, wherein it fetches recruitment. NI Yantra. I told you, some companies you have never heard about. NI is a dream company. It is called as National Instruments. They conduct a project competition, and when you are able to go to the next or the last, it is not for the winner alone. They observe right from phase 1. And based upon that, your projects will be observed by a lot of industries, and that will fetch you a job. Some of the trends which is happening in the current year, even though this year the college physically the students have not come, this year we have established a center of excellence wherein one industry has set its place of working in our college, Zentron Labs. And 4 of our students are working in that company. Students have virtual gatherings. They have had lots of training given online based upon aptitude, the coding, etc. The company have conducted selection process. Which company, sir? A company named Uram Technologies has completed, and today, 19th of November, students are joining that company. A company called as Zentron Labs. These are core companies which you have never heard about. They have done it. Infosys, they have conducted the recruitment process. TCS, Tata Consulting Services, our students have taken it. CTS, our students have attended it. Zoho, this week our students are going to write the test. Then it is going to be followed by HCL. Then it is followed by MRF. Then it is going to be followed by Kinaxis, a company for core aspect. These are all highly paying companies. After that, after December, we have lots of other companies wherein we filter out whoever is left out, and then we slot it out in the various aspects as concerned. Right. So this is what is happening in the current year, my dear friends. Last slide, my dear friends. That's the last slide. For me to be a successful and an employable engineer, what should I do? First and foremost, you should have good networking. Good networking, what I mean is using the positivity around you to know what exactly is happening. Getting you should try to wet your feet into each and everything. All right, and you should learn beyond the syllabus. Learn. See, learning music is also learning. While you watch a movie, also you will learn. learning you should understand it. It's about how you're getting exposed. The most important aspect, what I would try to recommend you as the head of placement is do a lot of projects. When you get hands-on experiences, you will be in a better position and all your knowledge will be subconsciously registered into your mind wherein you can deliver it whenever and whatever needed. You should follow a digital tracking. You should have a consolidation of all your work so that you can try to reproduce it at any time. You should know the art of converting your ideas and trying to file it in terms of easy retrieval. Resume building. நீ என்னவா ஆகணுங்கிறத இன்னைக்கே முடிவு பண்ணி அந்த ரெஸ்யூம்க்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி you should build yourself. You should be a good human being. That is personality development. A good human being, courteousness, politeness, humbleness, honesty, loyalty, communication, it should be cultivated right from the beginning so that you will never be a person who can be identified for some mistakes. A good person. உங்களை பார்த்து பேசிட்டு போனா நல்ல வேண்டாம் இவன்ட்ட ஏதோ நல்ல விஷயங்கள் நிறைய இருக்கு அப்படிங்கிற எண்ணம் வரணும். Not by what's it called as போலித்தனமா நல்ல கிடையாது உண்மையிலேயே. And people can very easily find out. சார் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணணும்னா எனக்கு ஒரு நாளைக்கு 24 மணி நேரம் பத்தாது சார், கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 48 மணி நேரம் தேவையே இல்லை. செய்வன திருந்துச்சு. Rome was not built in a single day. எல்லா விஷயத்தையும் ஒரே நாள்ல பண்ணிட்டு லாஸ்ட் மினிட்ல பண்றதுக்குள்ள கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா அப்பப்ப பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னாவே you will be a master. See, 2-3 years back, we had one of the best outgoing students who's not only good in academics, he had 3 offers. He is good in Silambam. He is an excellent singer, right? He is a good player in badminton, which means what? He is able to balance. That is what is needed. You should balance. You should manage your time. And you should love what you're going to do rather than compulsively taking it, right? And all these things is about resource exploitation. Your teachers are your primary resources. The equipments in the institution is a resource. The library is a resource. Internet is a resource. Everything will have time. A time for everything and everything in its time. If you do it, you will be shaping yourself into a much better personality, my dear friends. Right? So, almost I'm trying to complete this lecture and so happy to interact, or rather I should not use the word interact, wherein I am able to communicate it to you from my end to you. So for you to communicate with me, probably now we have a constraint in terms of timing, but it is only a beginning. As I told you, it's a beginning. My email ID is here. You can drop an email. Okay, I can answer you on that. I'll be very happy to answer. Okay, and once you are inside the college, you will know where my office is. You can always come and meet me whenever you are free in your lunchtime. But nothing prevents us from interacting, right? Current medium is an email. That's all. You can just shoot out an email, right? In that email, I'll answer. Okay. So, dear friends, we appreciate your decision on coming to our institution. You will understand that our institution is dedicated in making the life of students better. Once you are going to be better, we are happy and we are also going to be prosperous. You will also be prosperous. All right. So let the Almighty bless you with all the good things so that you can come up very well in your life, my dear friends. Thank you for your patient listening. Have a fantastic day ahead. Happy engineering. Thank you very much.